You are to be perfect, even as your Father in heaven is perfect. Wow, that one is a tough one, you know. Be perfect. Are you perfect? We do have the perfect choir, yes? The perfect music director. But are you perfect? I told you the day I came here, the first sermon I preached, I forewarned you, and I said, I am not the perfect pastor. But also I said, you're not the perfect congregation. Remember that? Because we are not. I'm not like Noah, a righteous man. You know. Oh, wait a minute. No, he was a drunk. Right. Okay, I'm like Abraham. Oh, no, he was a liar. No, okay. How about, I'm like Moses. Oh, short temper. David. Oh, he had an affair. Sorry. Elijah. Oh, he was burned out and he was suicidal. Okay. Jeremiah. Darn it. He was depressed. Oh, Jonah. Oh, no, he ran from God. John the Baptist. Oh, well, he ate bugs, you know. Peter. He denied knowing Jesus. Thomas. Well, he had doubts. Zacchaeus. Oh, well, you know, he was a wee little man. Paul. Well, Paul was too religious, you know. You know, no one in the entire Bible is perfect except for one. Except for one. And that is Jesus. Be perfect, therefore, as your heavenly Father is perfect. So what is this command about? Now, one key observation here is that the word we translate, perfect, is actually the Greek word telos or teleos. It typically denotes something not so much morally perfect as it does something that has grown up, matured, and now reach its perfect end. That's the meaning of perfect here in this passage. That is, telos is the goal or desired outcome of a thing. Are you following me here? Did you get it? Okay. Telos is the goal or desired outcome of a thing. For instance, the telos of an arrow shot by an archer is to reach its target. The telos of a peach tree is to yield peaches. And the telos of a person is to be the person and community God created him or her to be, just as God is the one God is supposed to be. Perfect, mature, finished. That's the meaning. But the thing is, none of these words describe me. I mean, am I mature? Ask my family, and they will attest to the fact that I have never grown up. Of course, this is talking about being mature in faith. I am more mature than I was, but I have not reached my full maturity by any means. Am I a finished product? I hope not, really. I hope that I can achieve more, to advance God's kingdom. it would be sad to think that God is finished with me. Am I perfect? No. I am a nobody. And nobody is perfect. Wait. Therefore, I am perfect. Right? Oh, you didn't get the joke. Okay? Forget it. All right. Sometimes I laugh at myself because nobody gets it. So, no, I'm not perfect. But, okay, I'm going to say it again. I'm not perfect, but I'm vintage. I'm vintage, which means my flaws make me priceless. I know. All right. We need the drums here. I am not perfect, but I can be. But I can be. Because too often we allow our humanness to keep us from growing into the mature, the nature and likeness of Christ. You know, we make a mistake and what do? We blame it on our humanity. We sin and we explain it away. Well, you know, I'm only human. And we tell ourselves, well, we're only human. But we Methodist folks do not define our humanness by way of our fallenness. No. Remember, this is very important. Remember that the Bible tells us that we have the image of God within us. I mean, have you heard that? We are made in the image and likeness of God. And to be sure, that image may be covered in dirt like a lost coin, or it may be corroded or bent. Yet that image is not completely effaced. It's not completely gone. Some of it remains in our lives. We are not mere animals. We are animals with grace. So, to be told that we are to become perfect like God is a command to become what we really are, what God created us to be. You know, children of God, to commence living as children of God. And truth be told, I am, of course, nowhere near that yet. No. Not even close. You know, turn the other cheek. Are you kidding me? I mean, and get treated like a doormat? Love your enemies. You can't be serious with this one. You know, pray for those who persecute us. Really? I mean, did you hear that somewhere about really? You know, yeah, really? Can we do this? Can we do all this? No, not perfectly. On Sundays, maybe not at all. Well, after all, I'm only human. See, the thing is, the all law, an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth, has never really grown old, has never left us. Nor is it really ever out of fashion. For the rules of this kingdom, the kingdom of earth, are well known. It's a dog-eat-dog world where only the strong survive, where the fittest survive. What do we hear every day? You know, don't get mad, get even, right? And do unto others before they do unto you. And the chilling one, you know, revenge is a dish best served cold. Wow. I mean, we have to look at what's going on in the news these days, and then all the political, situation that we have been living, where we have been, doing unto others before they do unto you. We don't talk anymore. We shout at each other. We don't get mad. We get even. Who are our heroes today? Who are our heroes today? Any the heroes that we watch on TV. Spider-Man. Yeah, okay. X-Men. Another hero? Batman. Iron Man. What else? Rambo. Any other heroes? These heroes, believe it or not, are subordinated to the myth of redemptive violence. That is, that violence saves, that war brings peace, that might makes right. Peace through war, security through strength. Look at the videos. Look at the videos, the games, our children play, some of them. The cartoons, the comics, everywhere, in sports, etc. Redemptive violence is celebrated in almost every movie. Because we need an armed redeemer, with a Colt 45, or with a Winchester, or with a bazooka, or whatever. We need a redeemer who brings instant resolution and salvation. Thus, violence is made pleasurable, fascinating, and entertaining. You have heard that it was said, an eye for an eye, and a tooth for a tooth. But I say to you, says Jesus, but I say to you. And Jesus is again pointing us to a deeper implications of the law. He's not abolishing the law, no. By the way, scholars have suggested that for someone to slap another on the right cheek, it would have likely been a backhanded slap, reserved for people considered to be of lower status. So when Jesus challenges his audience to turn the other cheek, he is encouraging a subversive act that equalizes the status of the two people. Giving a person who took a person's cloak too would likely embarrass the person who took the coat, because without a cloak, the subversive act is standing nearly naked in a culture in which modesty is very important. Walking an extra mile breaks the rule that Roman soldiers had, which limited their ability to demand someone carry their pack to a single mile. So the early edicts of this passage should not be taken to mean that we willingly tolerate injustice or abuse. No. They are not about inaction at all. But instead, Jesus is modeling strategic resistance to oppression that demands action. The thing is, Jesus' basic call in Matthew 5 is the call for us to be what Dietrich Bonhoeffer once called surprising people. Instead of being like so many others in this world, people with chips on their shoulders, people always spoiling for a fight, folks forever hauling each other into people's courts to settle silly disputes that just a little understanding and honesty could resolve in 10 minutes, we should startle people by doing what we can do to lend a helping hand, even to those who frankly don't like us. And Jesus says your first, best purpose in life is not looking out for number one, but looking out for others. Your heart should be sent, or your heart should be set on giving, on love, on forgiveness, and not set on vengeance, paybacks, and grudges. Let me ask you this. What is your most basic desire in life? What is your most basic desire in life? Is it forever to watch your bottom line? Or is it to watch the bottom line of other people? To make sure you are taken care of first and foremost, or to take care of others? Who are you really? Are you basically a critical, cynical person who refuses to forget even for a moment that all so-and-so owes you a buck, owes you an apology, owes you an invitation to dinner, owes you a phone call? Are you so self-absorbed that you are forever calculating what you've got coming? Well, my people, if so, then, quit it. Quit it. Because our hearts need to be turned to the frequency of gospel love. And we need to apply that love to all those around us, including even those who are, our bona fide enemies. Jesus here admits that there is such a thing in life as enemies. People who work against us, who poison the boss's mind against us, who don't like us one whit, who turn up their noses when they see us approaching. Jesus does not ask us to recognize such people for anything less than they are. He just asks us to work at loving even them. Anybody can love their friends, says Jesus, because that's natural. The real measure of the loving, grace-filled gospel heart is its ability to drum up some compassion, even for the folks with whom you won't spend relaxing evenings around a dining table. Even for people who won't have you over for tea because they're too busy sneering at you behind your back. Because loving them is the real challenge. Brothers and sisters, this is a fallen world, chock full of people who don't give God the time of the day. Even still, however, God sends gifts, talents, and love and virtue, successful business, a healthy crop to all kinds of people. Because that's God's common grace. If God can do that, shouldn't we work hard at sticking with all kinds of people as well? You need to be perfect, like God is perfect, Jesus says in the end. Are you perfect? And I'm talking, are you perfect like a perfect tomato? Perfect, mature, finished, ripe, mature believers? What I'm saying here is that none of this is meant to deny the difficulty of all this. It's hard. What Jesus is saying is hard to do. But in the midst of a world full of jagged edges and crooked people, Jesus is trying to mold a certain kind of heart. So when we disdain anger, we reconcile instead of divide. When we simply speak truth, and when we reject violence, we are being made complete. We are being made perfect. You You represent God's family on earth. Those with the God-given potential, to change the world, to change your community, to change your family. So I invite you to live by Jesus' radical ethics today and model for everyone a different way of being in the world that we simply call the kingdom of God. You may not be perfect, but Jesus thinks you are to die for.